one on Facebook. Hello, Facebook world.
Hello, hello.
We are working on getting live in the Instagram world, so bear with us for 1 second. There we go. Wonderful. Okay. We're live there. Send request. Fabulous. Okay. It's so funny. Normally, Facebook takes forever to load, and today it was 1, 2, 3. Okay. Fantastic.
We are live.
We are live, everybody.
Let me just adjust the presentation here and make it a little bit smaller so we can see it.
Fantastic.
How are we looking? We're okay?
I think we're good. Thumbs
right.
up, thumbs up.
Here we go. Yep, thumbs up. Yeah. All right. Well, welcome everybody, and thank you for joining us as always here on Friday for our next episode of Window Treatment Friday Live. And Kim, so good to see you as always.
Good to see you too, Vita.
So today's episode is number 59, and it's one of our favorites actually. Every month we pick a few designers that we are either working with or that we have admired from afar, and we do a designer feature. So today is one of those designer feature episodes. So without further ado, we're going to start. Here you go.
Here we go. A full disclosure, my episode is going to be, my highlight this week is going to be sandwiched by two designers named Julie. So we're going to start with the Julie and end with the Julie.
Look at you being all...
I didn't realize until I was putting my slides together, and I was like, oh, okay, this is the Julie episode. So
actually, you say that now, but what if I rearrange them? I could
have.
Oh,
maybe.
So we'll see what happens. Sometimes you never know in these live things.
So, okay. With further ado, this is Julie Leopold, who I wanted to highlight. Julie Leopold is based out of Millburn, New Jersey here. She is an award-winning ASID interior designer. She was named one of the ones to watch. She has a degree in fine arts and art administration. Before becoming an interior designer, she worked at auction houses like Sotheby's and worked on fine artwork and American furniture and on the estate of Jacqueline Onassis.
Wow, so accomplished. It's crazy. Amazing.
Yes, and she wanted to take her love of furniture and art and transform it into a design career. So she got her design degree from New York School of Interior Design and started Leopold Design Group back in 2004. And she has designed homes, not only residential homes, but commercial spaces from New York out into LA. Julie, we've known Julie because she is a local designer here to us here in New Jersey for many years. And in the past year, we are have the privilege to do her work and her window treatments for her projects here locally. She has to be one of like the sweetest and nicest people I think I have ever met. She came by here on Monday to drop off some fabrics and brought the whole team a whole box of pastries.
Oh, how nice.
Absolutely devoured. Probably the best chocolate croissant I've ever had. Yes. And I studied abroad in Italy, so that's saying something.
That is saying a lot.
Yeah. So, I mean, these were delicious. So, and Julie's just super sweet and great. And here's a project that I wanted to feature. We did not do the window treatments in this project. I have featured other projects of Julie's that we've done. If you guys recall on previous episodes, the butterfly room.
Yes, I remember.
So this is Julie. Yeah. So Julie designed that room for the Grace's house. for
Mm-hmm.
the show house back in 2019. But this is a living room project that I wanted to showcase because it just shows her eye for design. Julie, as you can see from the other projects that we've featured here on Window Treatment Friday live, she's not afraid to use pattern, which I love.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
I love her use of pattern. And here you can see the pops of color, and she really goes for it with her design. She is very well versed in window treatments, which isn't always the case with a lot of designers. So when Julie wants to really get to know something, what I love about her is that she does her homework and really, informs yourself and gets the knowledge that you need to
Mhm.
get. So if there's a product, she's like, I'm not really sure about it. She'll ask all the questions and really just so that this way she knows what to spec on other projects. So that's it. That's what it's been a real pleasure of working with Julie. She gets drapery hardware, which isn't always
Mhm.
the case.
Mhm.
So she'll come to me and be like, I like this, and that. I'm like, whoa, okay, Julie. Not a lot of people know that, but when it comes
Always
to
good to work
hardware,
with someone who like really
yeah,
knows their stuff, so you can almost have like a shorthand with them without having
right.
to go into 5, 10, 15 minutes explaining something.
Right. So
Which
that's
we
what.
don't mind doing, don't get
No,
me
not
wrong,
at
right?
all.
We
That's
work
what
with
we're here for. Yeah.
hashtag, new designers or baby
Yeah.
designers, whatever the hashtag is nowadays, all the time. So it's our pleasure. But it's also really nice to just like, this, yep, got it. Okay, let's go. Nope, don't like it. Let's do something else. This, got it. Let's move on. So
Yeah.
there's something nice about that as well.
So this is the living room project of Julie's, and if you want to see more of her stuff, you could follow her on Instagram at Julie or Leopold Design Group.
All I see is that beautiful bottle of champagne, right?
Yes,
Front and
I
forward.
mean,
I'm like, okay, this
I
is where we do the champagne toast on a Friday afternoon.
I mean, I love. I saw that too, and I forget. Oh God, the design firm is escaping me, and it will come to me once we get off. But there is a designer that Luann has interviewed on the podcast that
Isn't
every
it Laura
Friday.
Umansky?
Yes,
Yes.
Laura. Thank you. Ding, ding, ding. It was right
Yep.
there on the tip of my tongue. That
Mhm.
she ends every week with a champagne toast at 4:30. And when I heard that episode, I immediately texted Luann and said, "Excusez-moi, we have implemented the Monday morning meeting, like half of these designers do, and all these other little things that we're making adjustments. Why can we not do Laura's 4:30 champagne toast that we survive the week?"
I think that's a great idea.
I
We
mean,
have done it here at Vitalia Inc. Not every Friday, but we have done it in the past too.
well, lucky you and Beata and Lisa and Boris. I would love to do it. I'm going to go to you on Friday at 4:30 and do a
Anytime,
champagne
girlfriend.
toast.
Anytime. All right. Okay, so the next designer is somebody that we work with here locally. Her name is Nancy Gracia of Bear Root Design Studio. You can find more information about her at bearrootdesign.com. And she's also very active on Instagram. And on Instagram, her handle is a bit different. It's Bucks County Interior Design, which I really respect her for picking that handle, and good for her that it was still available
Mhm.
because it really is encapsulates her geographical area and the target area that she wants to pursue. So Bucks County is a very affluent and also very rich in its history and beautiful county here. It happens to be where I live and where our studio is located as well. And it's north of Philadelphia, right up along I-95. And so Nancy is specifically a kitchen and bath designer, even though she definitely ventures out in window treatments and furnishings. And her primary geographical target area, and therefore the consumer area, is right here in Bucks County. And just from any kind of marketing standpoint, I've been a consummate student of marketing. So when you have that kind of targeted and specific knowledge of your target market and your target geographical area, that to me right there is somebody that I really admire and respect, because that tells me that they really get business and really get
Mhm.
marketing. So that's kind of about kudos number one for Nancy. And then of course there's number 2 and 15 and 100 that I can go on and on, but I know Nancy personally. We have done many projects together over the last maybe 2 or 3 years or so. And she is kind, she is generous, she is a wonderful, talented, and heartfelt, soulful designer and a person. So I've gotten to know her on the personal level as well as on the professional, and it's somebody who I really admire and respect. So this is one of the projects that we did together in Newtown.
Gorgeous.
And Newtown is a historical town in Bucks County. So if you think of like Yardley, Doylestown, Newtown, those are all historical towns during the Revolutionary War. So we have lots of historical places here. I should mention that Nancy lives right in the heart of Newtown and is also renovating her own house, a historical house in the heart of Newtown. So all really kind of on her own. I mean, obviously with trades and partners, but you know, she's the mastermind and the brain and just really making it all happen. So just high props to her. This project was also done in Newtown in a new condo building that recently, maybe a few years ago, went up here in town. And you see that those are 2-story drapes. And Nancy is also not, just like Julie in your previous example, she's not someone who is afraid of risk or afraid of color. So you can see it right here where she took this beautiful, rich blue, and this is velvet, and she took it up to the windows and all the way up to, you know, almost the ceiling. So there was lots of discussions about how wide the drapes should be, how much they need to come onto the window or be off the window. There was a lot of discussions with the customer there. So this was the ultimate final product, and the customer was super happy, and I just really respected how much a chance and risk she took here, with especially with the color and the texture of the drapes. So, and that is very indicative of what Nancy does on all of her other projects as well. So if you want to follow Nancy, please do so at BarerootDesignStudio.com and Bucks County Interior Design on Instagram.
Very nice. How heavy were those drapes, Vida, if they were velvet?
Heavy.
Yeah.
Heavy. Yeah. This is a 1.5, so they were heavy.
And,
you know, one day we should really get a scale and put it here in the workroom and, like, you know, get my own weight and then, you know, kind of hold the drapes and get that weight and figure it out. But I mean, these are multiple pounds, because between the velvet drapes being high ceiling and 1.5 width and lining, it all adds up.
And you only have one center bracket and 2 ends?
We do.
Wow, there you go.
Yep. All right.
Okay. Up next, we have Suzanne Laurie of Suzanne Laurie Architects. Suzanne's firm is based out of Roslyn, New York, and Window Works has been doing her window treatments for her projects, I think, since the 80s. Luann and Suzanne have had a very, very long relationship, decades-long relationship. And when I came on in 2008, Suzanne had 2 projects going on at the same time. And what is very interesting about Suzanne is she not only designs the interiors in terms of the furnishings, the window treatments, the lighting, she also builds all the homes that she works on from the ground up.
Yeah.
So it is soup to nuts with Suzanne. So every piece, every window has been thought out, because as she's designing the exterior of the home, the gardens, the landscape of everything goes through her. She touches everything in the project. So what's really lovely with working with Suzanne is everything is intentional and has a purpose. And so even the curves of different window treatments and whatnot, where the crown molding goes, she already knows, okay, I put this crown here, but I'm going to put the rod underneath here. So all that is thought out in the planning process, where, Vida, I'm sure you run into it all the time, that you're just like, ooh, why did that crown have to be there? You know, why is this window like this, or why? So with Suzanne, it's all thought out. She actually got her degree from the University of Tehran over in her native Iran. And then she came over to the States and got her master's degree from the University of Pennsylvania. She works on,
Smart cookie.
Yeah, she is a very smart lady, #smart lady. Suzanne's probably the only designer that we will sit down. She will email us the plans and elevations, and we'll do preliminary quoting. And then the follow-up is a meeting. And we go over every fabric, every trim. She sketches it on the plan. We sit there, we talk in detail. One of the meetings, I remember one time it started at 11 o'clock in the morning and went until 9 o'clock at night.
Oh
Like
my God.
that's how, because of how many rooms. She's not afraid
That's
to
exhausting.
yes, but we left out of there with a plan. So
Yeah.
that was one of those things. So
It's exhausting, but thrilling and satisfying at the same
yes,
time.
because there aren't any things left up for question or chance, and then we're able to then go measure the project in person. So one of the projects that I wanted to feature for Suzanne was one of a curved window that we did. And it's hard to tell in the picture, but this is a 3-layer treatment. So we have a shirred valance, and at the shirred valance at the top, there's a rope trim that goes along it. So
Nice.
where the header meets the top of the valance, you have a pair of stationary decorative panels. And then because this was the client's master bedroom that faces the lake area there in I think this was in Kingsport, New York. It's on the ground level. We needed to have some layer of privacy. So there's an operable sheer that runs behind it.
Oh,
So,
really? Interesting.
yes,
I didn't even realize.
So it's kind of hard to tell. And so with this is a curved rod that we use that Bill, our installer, will bend on site. So that it's, he does. He's a little old school.
Was it a track or
It's a track. Yeah, it's a non-decorative track, corded track. So he's a little bit of old school when it comes to those curves. He will.
Oh, I get it. It's mind-boggling to me that it's actually possible to curve those because they seem so sturdy.
Yeah. So I don't know how he does it. I haven't seen him do it in person, full disclosure on that. But all I know is that it happens and it shows up because we're in the middle of doing another project for Suzanne right now. And we had 2 windows like this. So he curved them on site. We walked in. I was like, these are the ones that you're going to be, bending it as you go. So, Billy's the master at doing that. But you can see here in all the detail that just from the finishes that she picked and the way that she laid out the tile, doing the double border on the floor, almost looking like the tile is like an area rug in the space. She is a little bit more on the traditional side with her design aesthetic, which you would love because I'm doing flags right now. I'm doing our flags. So.
Still lobbying for those things to come back.
Yes.
I'm not backing down, Kim.
No. So Suzanne definitely has an eye for design and high-end design, and it's been a decades-long relationship with Suzanne Laurie Architects and Window Works, and we are just so lucky to work with her.
Sure. How old is this project? Do you know? Like how far back does it go?
I want to say this project is probably in 2010, so 11 years old.
Okay. So actually it's not that old, but the reason I ask is because when you sent me the slides and I kind of incorporate them into, by I mean Stephanie, incorporates them into a presentation. And I was surprised to see the shirred valance. Actually, I'm like, oh, are they coming back? Are they coming back?
By the way, we just did this same exact shirred valance on the install like 2 weeks ago.
So what do you think? Are they coming back? Do you think this is like a new thing? I was just, excited to see some of the old things coming back.
I think this is a Suzanne thing that she she just kind of beats to her own drum. She always has.
Good for her.
And she just is, she likes what she likes, and she, we still do top and, but here's the flip side. We'll do top and bottom rod pocket panels, but flat top, like no shirring, no nothing.
There's no shirring on those, but
there's and we did a tailored kick pleat valance on a circular window like this as well. So,
well, she knows what she likes, and I always like women like that, and people in general.
Yes.
All right. So my next designer that I want to feature is Denise Lehman of Lehman Homes. And it's very interesting that she comes right after your designer, Suzanne, because she is very similar to Suzanne in the fact that she is the architect, and also actually she is a builder and a developer, and additionally the interior designer. So I know that picture is a bit difficult to see because this was actually a candid that I took when we met with her on an appointment, and that's a picture of Denise on the left and my associate Beata on the right.
I recognize the one on the right.
That's right. That's right. And this is a rooftop deck of the townhome strip that Denise has built herself. And this
Nice.
particular unit is her own unit where she resides and uses as a model home for prospective clients, essentially. So her specialty is geographical specialty is Manayunk. And for those who know this area, this is an outskirt of Philadelphia. It's considered Philadelphia. I believe it has a Philadelphia zip code, but Philadelphia is a very large and sprawling city. So it's one of the kind of like neighborhoods on the outskirts of Philadelphia, kind of young and hip, hipster sometimes. And by young, I don't necessarily mean in age, although there are a lot of young people who live there, but I think it's more young in just how you feel about yourself and how you feel about life in general. So our relationship with Denise is a new one. The person who actually connected us is Heather Rebold from Stout. She is for us. She's the new Stout rep. I'm not sure. Does she service you? Because I think Bert went to work for corporate, right?
No, yeah. Brett, he went to Bert went to corporate, correct? But I know Heather because she was my Tebow rep.
Tebow rep, exactly. So
Heather's great.
She is happily working for Stout, and Stout is somebody who a company who I feel like we've talked about before here when we talked about fabrics, and they're a wonderful partner to us. I know they're also a wonderful partner to you guys.
Yes. Love Stout.
So, and speaking of partners, Heather is a wonderful, wonderful rep. She talk about, not an order taker. Talk about somebody who really cares, who will drop off samples, who will drop off books, who will do research for you, who will connect you with people just like she connected us with Denise, and just an overall so kind and generous and just an absolute joy and delight and a lovely person. So I'm glad that you know Heather as well.
Oh, yeah. I miss having Heather as a rep.
I'm sure.
You're very lucky.
We got her now.
You're lucky. So I'm glad. Right. I'm glad. Yeah. No, but she is great. Definitely not an order taker. Definitely someone who she actually cares about the fabrics, and you can just tell her love of textiles.
Exactly. So back to Denise, to my spotlight here. So I have so much respect and admiration for Denise. Like it's almost too much for words, because as a woman, a female entrepreneur, I can absolutely understand and empathize and respect what she's doing. I just got a phone call. Yep, I got a phone call. So now we're back on. I don't know how much you heard, but as a female entrepreneur, I respect so much what she has done. But I do window treatments, and I'm an entrepreneur in the window treatment world. She's an entrepreneur in a very much male-dominated world of developers and builders. And she's been in the industry for 20 to 30 years, I think. Just for a very long time, and she has an incredible amount of experience. And what makes her really interesting is that she was, I have to read this from her bio, a one-woman show and a pioneer in the green living environment. Denise built the first LEED Platinum certified home in the city in 2010.
Whoa.
We're in 20. Yes, exactly. Imagine that. Anybody who knows the whole process to be LEED certified, it is incredible amount of paperwork. It is just unbelievable amount of proof of what you've done, and also much higher costs actually for pricing. And to embark on something like that takes, I think, real courage and real guts and real vision in what you're doing. And Denise definitely kind of embodies all of that. So we are really, both Beata and I here at Vitalia Inc., we're so thankful to Heather for connecting us. And we're working on several projects with Denise right now that are in a fabrication kind of stages. But I'm going to show one of the projects that she has. Full disclosure, we did not do this particular one, but this looks very familiar in that this is actually the floor plan of those townhomes that she has built in Manayunk.
Nice.
Yeah, and so it's in the master bedroom large bench. So we're doing cushion now for 2 cushions now for 2 of her customers. Oh, and what I need to mention is that her approach to business is really interesting. So she builds this strip of townhomes. I don't remember exactly how many, but let's say there's like, I don't know, 7 or 8 of them.
Mm-hmm.
She lives in one of them, like I said, uses it as a model home. And as she sells it to prospects and ultimately customers, she becomes friends with them, and she does the interior design for those customers too. So when we met with her, she like literally, we walked over from her house over to the neighbor essentially, and she's like, hey, how are you, how's it going, da da da, getting together tomorrow for some wine and crackers, and just like, she's so friendly. And just she's just friends with
Mm-hmm.
her neighbors and her customers,
Clients.
essentially her clients. Yeah, which in a way is a sometimes a dangerous thing to have as
Yes.
well, but she what I'm saying is, like, she navigates it so well. So 2 of her neighbors slash clients who have this very similar master bedroom have this long bench, and right now we're in the process of fabricating 2 cushions for those clients.
Very nice.
So
No,
yeah.
she sounds like a hashtag smart lady. And the fact that being a builder, a female builder in a man's world, I mean, especially 20 for like starting 20 to 30 years ago, that, my hat goes off to her, because it's a lot. It's a lot it's a lot now. So I can't even imagine back then, when it's kind of like, it's a little unheard of.
Exactly. I mean, back then, 20, 30 years, exactly, that feels unheard of, and it's very
Yeah.
difficult even now. So, Denise Lehman, I just really looking forward to even growing that relationship to new heights. I mean, 2 female entrepreneurs, 2 women-based companies, I think we can take it really, really far.
Well, I'm very excited for you guys, and I can't wait to see, your
Of course.
projects as it goes along. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Yep. Here you go.
All righty. So next up, we have, we're closing out my last designer that I'm choosing to highlight, the bookends of another Julie. This is Julie Teseo. She is a local designer here out of Hoboken, but she has projects that span all over New York, out into the Hamptons, Staten Island, and whatnot. Julie found us actually on Instagram, which was really fun. It's always nice to know how designers find you. She is also a graduate from the New York School of Interior Design, and she has a master's degree in fine arts and interior design. She started off, before becoming a designer, she started off working in the residential development business. So through that, she kind of found her love of creating spaces and whatnot, and it kind of was a springing off point into the world of interior design. She is a new mommy. She has her son Albie that was born last year, so that was kind of, in the pandemic, getting to see like all the happy moments and things like that was a nice break for what our reality was last year. So congratulations to Julie and her husband Rob on Albie, their son Albie. And the project that I wanted to feature today is a project that we did for her out in Staten Island. Oh, you're no longer on Facebook? Okay. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. Okay, so let's see. Give us 1 second, guys. The lovely world of technology. There we go. Okay, give us 1 second. Fantastic. And now in the Facebook world, I'm going to be hidden for 1 second. Can you get the presentation up on Facebook, Rita? Fabulous. I can hear you. Yeah. All of a sudden, I didn't hear you anymore. I was just hearing you through my cell phone. I was like, well, how is this going to work? Oh, okay. Well, we'll make these last ones quick then.
That's okay.
So this project we did was a dining room project for Julie's client out in Staten Island. And it was just really about giving the backdrop to the dining room table there, because the dining room, living room were one big open space. So on the opposite side of the room, she had a very large picture window that we just popped some stationary panels. And the client at first thought, I don't know if I really want something in the dining room. So it was like, fine, we just put something in the living room. And then once the room started, building together and coming together and whatnot, then the client realized, oh yes, we absolutely need window treatments in the dining room. So it just kind of finished off the space, and it's just a pair of stationary panels. The end panels are about a width and a half each. The center panel is just one width, kind of to just wrap that area right there. And we just found a really simple metal rod that we were able to do an elbow in the corner and just kind of wrap it. And I think it really just does finish off the room. That that corner there did not look finished without the window treatment. So sometimes, sometimes the client, you ride that wave of, okay, you don't need it, even though Julie and I both were like, it's not going to look complete once everything's done in the living room. So we're all very happy with the way it worked out.
Nicely done.
Oh, now you sound a little bit like a robot on Facebook.
That's how it sounds back into my ears.
Okay, well, there we go, Robot Vita. We're just going to roll with it.
We're just going to go on.
Okay.
How I double hear myself. Okay,
Oh,
I'm going to plow through this. Okay, so next designer that I'm trying to feature is AJ Margulies Interiors. You can find her at ajmargulies.com. She is, so full disclosure, we did not do any window treatments for her. So I've been admiring her kind of from afar, and that's why I wanted to feature her here.
There you go.
She's a graduate of Arizona State University, and for 12 years, she was working for a prominent Princeton firm. And then in 2012, she decided to go out on her own and try this whole entrepreneurship thing. She is a Princeton-based designer, and she primarily concentrates on the Princeton area, Bucks County, actually, where we are. So a little bit south, a little bit like Princeton area, Jersey, and a bit of Bucks County. So she, again, somebody who I really respect from the marketing standpoint, when the designers or any business person knows exactly who their target client is and their target geographical area as well. So she was actually just recently featured in the Princeton magazine, which is a really great honor. And you will see that her style is very clean, very fresh, classic, with a kind of a hint of whimsy. And another thing that I really like about all of her designs, they all feature custom window treatments. I mean, who would like that? Exactly. So it just tells me that she really understands the power of finishing the interior space with window treatments. I mean, it's like I feel like we said all the time, you can put on the most beautiful black dress and forget to wear pretty shoes or pretty jewelry or mascara on. So this is one of her projects, and you can see what I mean by a little bit of whimsy. I hope you can see it, that the wallpaper has butterflies.
Yes.
Super sweet. And you can see how this very traditional mahogany dining room furniture is accented with really super cool aqua captain's chair, tufted at that. So, and she has a really great knack of combining traditional furniture with some transitional pieces and even some contemporary pieces. So in this particular space, she decided to do traditional draperies. It's a pair of drapes with trim along the leading edge. And she really did not hold back in treating this single window. So anybody else would have done just a single width panel, where she went all the way and did a width and a half. So it just wasn't afraid of approaching on the window or, God forbid, losing the light and all that stuff that we deal with all the time. So I mean, she really made a statement at the window, and I respect and admire that.
No, and you know me, I love the use of trim, so it's always my fave when I see trim being used on a project. And I wonder if those panels were made, because I know a couple of the designers that we work with, and it happened to one because it was stationary panels, but they were so full that they could almost close. Like we were like 6 inches short. And then the client was like, well, I thought these were made to be closed. And then we said, no, they were supposed to be stationary. So from then on, this particular designer decided, I want everything to close, even if it's considered a stationary panel. So I wonder if, I mean, these do look like they could probably close if they were.
They totally look like they're full enough to close. Yeah. Yep. So very nice job by AJ. So you guys can follow her on ajmargolisinteriors.com, and she's also active on Instagram as well.
Very nice. Alrighty, everyone, that concludes today's episode. But before we let you go, there are just a few things that Vida and myself want to shout out and go over with you. If you are new to the window treatment game, WindowWorks has a free ebook on our website, an ebook that Luann wrote a couple years ago. It's 10 things you need to know about custom window treatment. So if you head on over to the WindowWorks website and click the ebook button, you will get your copy in your email. I can hear you through my phone, not through the mic anymore. So we probably can't hear you via Facebook. Oh, there we go. There we go. I got you. Well, kind of. It's very squeaky. No, it's gone. Nope. Yeah, just continue on Instagram, and I know what you're going to say, and I can kind of hear you, so you're good. And to keep up with everything Luann's doing right now, she is going through her second round of Luann University. And to listen to the audio version of Window Treatment Friday, which sparked the whole WTF Live, head on over to luannigarrett.com, hit the podcast tab, and on the right-hand side in the search tool, just hit WTF, and all of Luann and Vida's episodes will pop up for your listening pleasure. And if you are located in the New Jersey and New York area and have a window treatment or awning project, please give us a call. We would be happy to take all the guesswork, worry about the nitty details that come with window treatments and awnings, because there are a lot. And we go over all those things for you and worry about order drapery hardware, to what color umbrella fabric you want to pick, what powder coating is appropriate for awnings, you name it, we are there. We're happy to help. It's Window Treatment Friday Live. Have a nice weekend, everyone. Bye.